Hey y'all, it's Chili, and I'm back with another video for you. Today we're going to be making pot roast. Stay tuned. So these are the ingredients that you may need. Garlic powder, Badia Complete seasoning, some onion powder, some black pepper, some Italian seasoning, some adobo, 2 packages of Sassoon, 2 packages of Lipton onion soup. This is like my little secret ingredient. You could do it your way, but this is the Chi way. But this is my little secret ingredient just to make the pot roast, give it a whole nother kick and a whole nother flavor. You also will need some beef broth, some red wine, cooking red wine, some vegetable oil, 1 whole onion, some minced garlic, and yes, some yellow mustard. I know people saying yellow mustard. Let me tell y'all something. This is the Chi way. You okay? The Chi way. And when I do things, when I do it, it's a bomb. Try some carrots, and some potatoes. Now you can use whatever potatoes of your choice. I like these or the yellow Gucon potatoes. It's just so much easier just to pick up, put on your plate. It's cooked faster. It's tender. And all them seasonings and broth and everything go right inside them potatoes, right through the skin and all. Stay tuned. And of course, the main star of the show, the pot roast. Now, those of you that have been watching my channel, then y'all already know what this is. This is all my seasonings from the previous video, mixed in a bowl like a rub, so that everything is evenly distributed and everything is well coated and flavored and seasoned. Stay tuned. So the next thing you want to do is you want to take this pot roast and you want to open it up, put it in some water with some salt, and let it sit for about 15 minutes in that cold water, just for that way it can, wash up all that blood and clean it up real nice. While that's sitting there cleaning and soaking, you want to get your onion and your carrots. You want to clean your carrots, rinse off your onion really well, and you want to chop it up. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so now as y'all can see, I got my onions and carrots cut up. And I left a little bit of onions because I'm going to show you the next step that I'm going to do with these onions. Now, my meat's been soaking and cleaning and just relaxing in that salt water bath. Now I'm going to take it out. I'm going to dry it off, rinse it off really good first with cold water, make sure all that salt is off of it. And then I'm going to pat dry it down completely, and then I'm going to show you the next steps. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so this is my pot roast. So what you want to do is you just want to take some yellow mustard and put it on top, just like so. And the reason why the mustard, it also gives it like a little tangy taste. But not only that, it also helps bind the seasoning to stick to it. Not much mustard, and don't worry, you will not taste it. And you just want to mix it all in, and then you want to add your seasonings right on top. But you want to also make sure you put the seasonings all over. Stay tuned. Okay, this is how your pot roast should be looking. Nice and coated with the mustard. Now the next step we're going to do is add the seasonings. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is how it should be looking. All nice and seasoned and coated. And ready to go in the refrigerator. So what you want to do now is put this pot roast in the refrigerator for about 4 hours. 24 hours is best. But as y'all know, my family loves to eat and they don't be having the patience. So I'll be cooking this in 4 hours. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all. So it's been about 4 hours, and this is how my roast is looking, being marinated. You can also marinate up to 24 hours. That's recommended, like the longest, I think, personally, because if you let it marinate for too long, like, 36 to 48 hours, it starts to get a little bit of mushy, and you don't really want that. So now that it's been sitting at room temperature for about 30 minutes, you want to get you a pot with some oil, and you want to just let that oil heat up, and then you want to dump this bad boy right in there to give it a nice sear. Now, the reason why you're going to sear this is because you're going to lock in the seasonings and the flavor. Just so it can give it like a nice little crisp. So that way when it goes in the oven, all the flavors are already locked in. And the water, because you know when you put the water on it, sometimes some of the seasonings come off. Stay tuned. Okay, so now you want to get your favorite skillet, your frying pan or cast iron skillet. You want to heat your oil up. And after you heat your oil up for about 5-10 minutes, you want to just take your pot roast and you want to just sit it in here just like so. Stay tuned. And now you just let it sear. I'm gonna let it sear on both sides, all corners, everywhere I can get for about 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Okay, so it's been being seared for 5 minutes on one side, and this is how it's looking. Now I have the other side searing. And then I'm going to try to get all the little corners and shapes and little odd areas. Because it's such an odd shaped meat. So I have to hold it in certain positions to get all sides, you know, brown. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all. So now y'all see all this residue and all this leftover seasoning in this pan. So what we're going to do is, remember that red wine from earlier I showed y'all? We're going to pour some of that red wine in here. Not much, but just enough to coat the pan and get up all these drippings and all that seasoning and flavor. And then we're going to add it right to the pan with the roast beef. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so this is how it's looking. So now what I'm about to do is put this in the oven for 350 degrees for about 2 hours. And no, that's not how, you know, fast it takes to cook, but I just want to, you know, let it cook a little bit before I add the potatoes and the carrots and, you know, the rest of the onions and stuff like that. I just want this to cook for about 2 hours, and I'll be back to show you the next results. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, this is how it's been looking after 2 hours. And now what you want to do is you just want to take some of these juices and you just want to baste it. Just like so. You just want to baste it just like so. Just like so. Now, it's not really done yet because it's still tough, you know. See, it's still tough. My fork is not going in yet. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it back covered in the oven on 350 for another 2 hours. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so it's been about 4 hours now total cooking on 350 degrees. So now, as you can see, it's basically fork tender. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. So now, this is my vegetables part. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my carrots and onions and everything you saw that me cut up earlier. And I'm going to add it to here, and I'm going to cook this for an additional hour covered. And I'll show you the next results. Stay tuned. Hey, y'all. So this is how the pot roast is looking. These are my potatoes and my carrots and everything. And I just want to show you how tender and stuff this is. Look at this. Fall right apart. Fall right apart. Right apart. And this is my pot roast the cheat way. Like, share, and subscribe. And there y'all go. My pot roast. Plated and served. Let's eat, y'all.